ever-expanding Triumph Bonneville lineup has further expanded with this, the new Speedmaster. Now the Speedmaster is the more practical version of the bobber motorcycle, which happens to be the best-selling Triumph yet. And we are in sunny California to see how it rides. It's a perfect blend of retro styling with modern tech, and Triumph seems to have perfected the recipe of masking the tech behind classic lines. The teardrop-shaped tank with offset filler cap along with 4 carburetors look properly old school, and the hardtail look, well, that's just classic cool, isn't it? The single clock serves as the instrument cluster, which looks straight out of the 60s. It feels a bit basic, but it's got a small LCD info display too. The all-LED lights though, complete with LED DRLs, add a touch of modernity. The spoke wheels with thick 130 and 150 section rubber make the bike look muscular and give it a phenomenal road presence. The Speedmaster is essentially a 2-seater version of the bobber. Though unlike the bobber, its rear fender isn't mounted to the rear swing cage setup, it's fixed with the pillion seat on top. It does take away a bit of the visual appeal but makes up for it with usability. The seat height is just 750 mm, so shorter riders need not worry. And the pillion perch is fairly comfortable as well. The Speedmaster comes with beach-style handlebars that reach out to you for a laid-back riding position, and it's all quite spacious. The engine powering the Speedmaster is the same 1200cc liquid-cooled 8-valve parallel twin that also powers the T120 and the bobber. Now here it makes 77 PS and 106 Nm of torque, but at 4500 RPM it makes 10% more power than even the T120 and 10% more torque. On the move, it feels planted and sure-footed. On the freeway, even at 140 kmph, the only thing that is a bit unsettling is the wind blast. There is never a dearth of torque thanks to the low-end grunt of the HT engine. Plus, keep it in the sweet spot of 3000 to 5000 RPM and the exhaust note is just so sweet. The Speedmaster gets 41mm KYB forks up front and a monoshock at the rear. And since the Speedmaster is built with pillion comfort in mind, the monoshock comes with preloaded adjustment. On the bumpy roads around California, the suspension worked flawlessly, the ride felt supple, and even after 100 kilometers of constant riding, we didn't feel the least bit tired. The Speedmaster takes to corners rather well too. Although the steering feels heavy, maneuvering through twists and turns never feels unnatural. There are 2 riding modes on offer, road and rain, the latter of which relaxes the ride-by-wire throttle's response. There's also ABS and traction control as standard, and it even gets 1-touch cruise control for relaxed highway cruising. The only limiting factor that we could find was the height of the foot pegs. Now the foot pegs are quite foreset in the motorcycle, so you don't have enough ground clearance here. So when you lean the bike, even in docile angles, you do tend to scrape the pegs a fair bit. Now the engine is raring to go and the chassis supports it, but the only limiting factor are the pegs, and that does eat into the experience just a bit. The brakes truly are top-notch. They provide plenty of bite and feel, and even while trail braking into corners, you never feel the front end twitch. We spent a considerable amount of time today riding the new Speedmaster, and to put it in a nutshell, it has almost everything going for it. The styling is quintessentially British, the level of detailing and the fit and finish are right up there, And when it comes to performance, it can handle the freeway, the twisties and switchbacks also pose no problem at all thanks to that low end grunt. Anyone looking for a cruiser motorcycle should definitely look out for the Speedmaster.